7 Weird Astonishing Historical Facts. 1. In the 1900s, women used to carry headpins with them to avoid and respond to molestation and teasing. If any person harassed a woman on the road, she would take out her hatpin and use it as a weapon and attack that person with the same hatpin, which was very dangerous and deadly. After this, in 1909, a rule was made in the United States that the length of any woman's hatpin should not be more than 9 inches, because according to the law, it was a deadly weapon. 2. This is a Persian princess Kahar, who was considered the goddess of beauty in Persia. People's passion for marrying her was so great that at one time, 145 men simultaneously proposed to her for marriage. Not only this, 13 of them even sacrificed their lives because of the princess's refusal and not liking them. Although the princess was not at all attractive, besides belonging to the royal family, the princess was one of the most educated women of that time. This was the reason why people were so enamored with her that they even sacrificed their lives out of grief over not being able to marry the princess. Even during the medieval era, football was a very popular sport, but during that time it was played in a very violent manner. During that time, instead of football, a pig's bladder was inflated with air and used as the football. It was not played on the field like it was today. It was played so brutally that by the end of the game, many players were not only injured, but some also died. Still, people used to enjoy this game a lot without worrying about their lives, and used to participate in it a lot. 4. During both World Wars, not only humans but also dogs were trained for a special purpose. Dogs were trained that they used to find out the location of injured soldiers by smelling them. The dogs used to have a saddlebag that contained medicines ranging from first aid kits to painkillers and antibiotics, which they used to take to the injured soldiers. When a soldier was about to die, the dogs used to sit near them to provide comfort until the soldiers had their last breath. During the World Wars, approximately 30,000 dogs were trained in both the World Wars, out of which 7,000 dogs died due to injuries during the war. 5. On July 23, 1983, Air Canada Flight number 143 took off from Montreal from its destination. But before takeoff, due to a malfunction in the fuel indication system of the aircraft, the fuel level was checked manually. And with a mistake during the flight had less than half of the fuel required for the journey, which was 45%. But despite this, the flight was given a clear signal for takeoff. When the flight was at an altitude of 41,000 feet and had covered only half the distance, the flight's fuel completely ran out in midair. Despite this, the pilot of the plane not only controlled the flight for 17 minutes, but was also able to land the plane at the Gimli Motorsport race track without any engine power. It was successful, and there were no casualties of the 69 passengers on board. After this, to recreate the accident, many trained pilots tried to land the flight in the same manner on the flight simulator, but none of them could do so. All of them were surprised that the work that they were not able to do in the flight simulator was actually done by a pilot. After this, the aircraft came to be known as the Gimli Glider. 6. Mike Tyson was the undisputed heavyweight boxing champion, was so fierce in the boxing ring that many times his opponents would leave the ring without fighting him. Not only in the ring, but Tyson also fought a lot of fights in real life. He used to be involved in street fights that by the time he was just 13 years old, he had gone to jail 38 times due to this habit. He admitted in the Hot Boxing podcast that he had fought about 150 street fights before his boxing career. 7. Bill Morgan suffered a heart attack after a terrible accident in 1998, and the doctors declared him dead. But just 14 minutes later, surprisingly, his heartbeat returned. After this, he spent the next 15 days in the hospital in a coma, and to celebrate, after overcoming a dangerous accident and death, he bought a lottery ticket and won a Toyota Corolla car, which was worth 30,000 Australian dollars. A year later, a Melbourne TV station called in to recreate the same story. In this, Bill had to go to the lottery shop again and buy a lottery ticket like he did before. And as he bought the lottery ticket, to his great surprise, he had won the lottery worth 250,000 Australian dollars. This is all about today's video. Please like, share, and comment your views. Thank you for watching.